Now, see, there's a real fine line in between sanity and insanity. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you a very brief difference between everything. As we all know, the textbook definition is, well, obviously, a crazy, insane person is someone who practically does the same thing over and over and over again, but still has no results. An insane person is someone who does different things and gets many, many different results. See, now to tell you how everyone usually sees it laid out, it's usually like this. The same people are the ones who follow along and get the same shit done every day. They're the ones who sit in a fucking cubicle or at a school talking to their friends like as if everything's dandy and fine until things change on them. That's when they realize, well, shit, maybe something's not right about this. But you know what the worst part is? Things settle down and they go back to the way everything was. Now, personally, I don't think that's how you should conduct a business, but what the hell do I know? I'm just a clown. But that's besides the point. The main point right now is that people who dress weird, act weird, dance strangely, used to be what you would call weird. But even now, those who see that and call them insane are doing just exactly the same fucking thing. So really, nowadays, everything is just fucking, it's all just insane, I guess. There is no sanity left in this world. So are you saying that because things have become mainstream that were once underground, you believe it's all insane? In a sense. Because when you think about mainstream people and mainstream media talks about how bizarre and crazy things are. Ooh, look at that pretty light. Ooh, look at that moving exotic dances. I look at it and say, what else is on? So, why do you feel this way? Is there something that's happened in your past life, maybe? No. Then why can't you? Can you explain it? Yeah, I could try to explain it. See, here's how it goes. When I woke up one day, I realized nothing even matters anymore. I've realized that most of this shit is just for a scam. Everything's for money. Everything's for a goddamn substance that could burn. And they try to break that substance down into things that can melt. See, if there's one thing people really need to realize in order to stay sane in this world, is that nothing's perfect. Nothing's a good idea at first. And for damn sure, money, clothing, all of this nonsense that we obsess over every day is not even worth the breath to mention. Especially when you realize that the breath that you're using to mention it is a breath that no one even really wants to hear half the time. So are you saying if you were to use a voice they did like, they would probably accept it a little more? Maybe. That's not what I'm saying, but that is a very good possibility. What I am saying though is that, well, not everybody gets it right the first time. Nobody ever does. Nobody.
So, now since we got that point of view out of the way, let me just ask you real quick, Mr. Joker. What what do you think of the delinquents?
Well, see, personally, where I stand is that there are people like that in every single class, if you get what I'm saying.
I do, but please elaborate, just for the sake of the listeners.
Well, for the sake of the listeners, I'm talking to the ones who are listening inside of their nice, smooth ride. I'm talking to the ones who go to a mansion that's been paid for by their parents. And I'm also talking about the ones that go home to just a regular, simple, well, it looks like a shack. And to those who just simply sleep underneath a box every night.
So you're saying that in every level of standard society, there are people who are delinquents, you'd say.
Yeah.
But what if the ones that were in the higher class argued that, well, we just have a really horrible life and no one gives us attention?
Well, really, I'll just say that that's the same story in every single case. Daddy ain't there. Mom too fucked up. The trucking keeps on trucking. So I don't know what. But besides that fact, that little small fact, I just want to say my viewpoint besides that was simply that they still are excused.
Really, you believe that it's okay for them to do bad things like that?
Well, it's their choice of life. I mean, really, who's to blame? The one crazed dog fighting and chasing tires, or the people that just stand by and record it? The people who just sit there and say, "Look at that little poochie getting fucked up in the face."
What's that section?
Yeah, it's a pretty good point. I don't know. I don't really care right now because at this point I'm actually really spelling it out because this is something that allows me to get a little more physically emotional because I've been through certain things that some people wouldn't call normal. Like with my scars. No, I'm not gonna go on that right now because I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious what happened. Now, I don't think anyone needs to know the small detail right now. Although it's one hell of a story. It's very, very cutthroat. Oh, Jesus.
So, do you think there's a way to settle people like what we just mentioned down?
No, I don't think there's ever a way. I honestly believe that no matter what you do, there's always going to be more coming out. And the ones that you've just helped might even just revert back just because, hell, it was more fun.
So, I guess that's it.
No, it's not it.
What do you mean it's not it?
I said, you're not done.
Like, what do you do with that? Oh.
Well, we're back. Hello, everybody. I was wondering what you were doing. We'll have a little short break. Oh, you're wondering what happened to Paul? Yeah, Paul had to go home. He had a very rare skin disease, and it just suddenly happened out of nowhere. I like to take this time to continue my talk. See, he tried shutting me up the minute I started to tell everyone that just to be free. Because he doesn't get that true freedom has price. He doesn't get that actual freedom means that we revert back to our prehistoric ways. It's funny, I've heard a little short story, and in the end there's a hyena, a priest, and a rabbi, and yeah, they go on a bunch of explanations, but the funniest part of the whole thing is that the hyena, he was the most civilized out of all three. Now, when you think about it, that does sort of seem to be a little more true. The more animalistic people are, the more crazed in the mind they still become very cultured. They still know what it's like to wear the tough skin, what it's like to have to do things that you would never really want to do, but now you know you need to. And people in his state really will never get it. Because I've noticed something. The richer people get, the more ignorant and arrogant they become. The more worrisome people are about money and materialistic plastic items are just trapped in a box. And it's a shame to know that our society has come to this. And, well, I know this may not be the proper time, but I feel that this is the only time to say that I will be keeping in touch with you, everyone out there who wants to listen for any reason. And I will say this: keep listening. I'll get under your skin. Keep on listening, and then I'll burst out. When you keep on listening, I'll be leaving real you behind. All of this shit. I'm not saying I will take you into oblivion and escaping places. I'm saying I'll show you what's behind the curtain. I will let you know what the fuck is going on. Or at least what my viewpoint is, at least. If you're interested in listening to that, at least you got a little bit of sense in your head. Or maybe not, who knows. That'll be the sentiment who just want to listen to me. Everyone else shit. I guess in the end, it's just my own opinion, huh? I guess in the end, let's just stop my face. But, anyways, tune back in on this same frequency, and I will give you a very, very thrilling show.